Started.
Starting now.
Hello, this is Hannah.
And Calissa.
And Sarah. Sorry.
Wow.
Whoops.
Do we keep that?
Mess
Do we
that up.
scratch that? I think that was good enough.
I can scratch Sarah out. That's fine.
Shoot, man. I made a big to-do when we filmed our last one that I wanted to be last, and then I kind of messed it up. Sorry.
That's okay.
Whoops.
All good.
How are you guys dealing with the cold weather?
Terrible.
Sucks.
Thanks for asking. Mm-hmm. Do you know how hard it is to find mittens right now?
Oh my God.
I went to Walmart to buy mittens for my son because it's like negative whatever. And there's like
was
no
14
mittens
today, actually.
in the store.
Yeah, today was warm.
I know.
Comparatively, yeah. But it's
14
been like
degrees.
-3, -6, -4. Yeah.
But like, why wouldn't, like, it's like, oh, that's totally a November thing. That's
Do you
when
think they're
everyone
all
buys
bought
mittens.
out? Or do
Probably.
you think?
Probably.
Okay.
But like, I feel like they should get some more because we've got a lot of winter to go.
Yeah, true.
Like
That's really
December is so
unfortunate.
magical because, you know, Christmas and the holidays and the Christmas lights. After that, it's like, okay, it can be over because the cabin fever has been pretty real over here.
Especially since our December was so mild this year.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was
It
great.
was like 40s, 50s.
I didn't even want to like say out loud or acknowledge how beautiful
Yeah.
December was
'Cause we
because I was
jinxed
gonna
it.
jinx it.
Yeah.
No.
But then we got like, how much snow did we get? I don't
And we
even
got
know.
shit kicked.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like
we're
everywhere
just stuck.
is
Yeah.
getting it bad. I see that there's, I think something happened in Japan,
Wow.
an earthquake, and then Maine is completally flooded.
What?
Flooded
I
with
gotta
water?
Watch them.
Water, yeah.
Wow.
Like
Gotta watch
there
the
was like a
news more.
video, TikTok.
You
Things
gotta
that
be
you
on that side of TikTok though.
kind of. Well, no, I don't
My
know.
side of
but
TikTok lately has been rocks. So not weather.
literal rock.
They're minerals,
rocks.
Marie.
Like, you know, people who saw rocks open and then there are geodes inside. Or there's like coral inside.
I would hit the not interested button.
Oh no. Love that.
Oh my God. Okay.
it.
But yeah, and then even Texas, they're kind of freezing down there too.
Yeah, I saw Florida. Like all these people went on vacation to Florida
No, no.
to escape the cold
then
weather,
it's shitty.
and then it's like cold down there too. Like I didn't go to the beach to wear a hoodie.
I did. I would. Personally.
Yeah. Well,
I'm the minority in that, I realize.
I don't really like the beach.
Same.
I literally was on Pinterest though, like looking up how to bust cabin fever, boredom busters.
What do you
With kids, what it
Yes.
recommend?
Oh, like all these arts and crafts. I'm like, I don't think you understand the kind of mother I am. Like, that ain't me either.
And arts and crafts is fine, but it's when the one wants what the one has in the hand. Mm-hmm. I'm like, Cutter, you do not need this ball of Play-Doh because you have a ball right there. Like, it's just constantly fighting and they're constantly bickering, and I'm like, this was supposed to be fun. Like, it's not.
Well, and then we have our youngest are very close the same age, and
Yes.
he is just at the age where he doesn't understand. He's into everything that the boys are into, and not into as in this is cool, as in I'm going to fuck it up. I'm going to destroy this. All these Legos, like it's constantly, get Anders out of here, get Anders out of here, and it's like, oh my God, I can't do this.
And I
wanna
just
kick
say
you
the
all
whole
outside.
time. Yes. That's what I'm missing. Like, let's all go outside. Yeah. And that's what Cutter just doesn't understand. I'm like, he just wants to play with you. He just wants to be near you. He doesn't mean to knock off all these blocks that you're building. Like, he really doesn't mean to. He just wants to be included.
And you're not making it easier on yourself.
And I'm like, quit crying over blocks.
Yes. You can only do that so many times a day before like like cabin fever. Can you imagine being in like a one room log house cabin
Oh my God, I would die.
I think
Without
about
a book,
with
at
all
least.
the children that you birthed in their straw beds and your one bath per week?
I thought you were gonna say one bathroom, and I was like, no, baby, that was an outhouse.
Yeah.
Like, there is no bathroom.
No, I'm talking about the one bath per
Babs.
week.
Stanky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think about that movie, The Room.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
I don't think it was based on a true story, but Brie Larson was the main character, and I can't remember the little boy's name, but she was kidnapped, and he left her in a room, a small little room, and her little boy didn't know nothing of it because he was born in there because the person assaulted her, and she had him, and this little boy is like, I love our room. but she was just like, we need to get out of here. Like, I don't know how long this guy kept her for. It's an interesting movie. It's pretty good, but
You and your movies.
Yeah, she's like the movie connoisseur. She knows all the movies.
I just love movies, and I like watching weird movies and like movies that kind of freak you or trip you out.
Do you like going to the movie theater?
Yes.
Oh man. See, we don't.
I have a membership.
I heard a rumor that some movie theaters have like recliners in them. Mm-hmm. Never been to
And they're
one with a
heated.
recliner.
Heated? You've never been to a heated recliner?
You should go to the movies here. We should have a movie night.
Oh.
Well, we do have something coming up.
What?
Hairspray.
Oh, yeah.
Which I totally forgot about. So thank you for bringing that up.
Yes. So, gosh, we would have been in like middle school when Hairspray came out with Zac Efron, Brittany Snow, Nikki Blonsky,
And Queen Latifah.
Joaquin Phoenix.
What? He was in that?
He was the mom, Edna.
No, that's Joaquin. He played the dad. You're thinking of Grease. What's his name?
No, you're right. I'm thinking of someone else.
I am going to have
The
to look up
Grease
the whole
main
cast for this.
character,
Yes.
Danny Zuko. Oh my God.
Oh,
This is
John
gonna kill me.
Travolta.
John Travolta
Thank
played
you.
it.
Not Joaquin
Got
Phoenix.
it.
Joaquin was the dad.
Although I did
Yes.
hear that the new Joker is going to be a musical. So he'll get his time. Maybe that's a
Joker?
lie. Maybe that's a lie. But that's what I heard. Unless I'm mixing it up with something else, which is also likely. So,
Joker's going to be a musical.
yeah, be cool. Because I think Lady Gaga's in it.
Ooh.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
yes, but I didn't hear anything about a musical.
Oh, maybe there's just like some singing in it.
I would expect if they have Lady Gaga in there. She's probably going to have some pretty nice soundtracks coming out from that.
Yeah, I watched
Yes.
a table read of like, what's that movie that she was in with Bradley Cooper?
Oh,
A Star is Born.
Yes, and she was like singing at the table, and everyone's just like looking at her, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
'cause
how
it-
very like singer turned
Pick me.
actor.
Well, I was getting like pick me vibes from that.
Oh, okay, sure.
Maybe
I don't
not.
know.
Maybe not.
I have no idea. I just feel like that's very like classic singer turned actors to you be singing in every movie you're in.
Yeah.
Did she sing an American Horror Story?
I have no idea. Never watched it.
I lost a bet with Craig last night because, you know, the song, Dance, Dance, Dance.
Yes.
Cutter's
the Wednesday
obsessed
dance.
with that song.
That original song is by Lady Gaga.
Yep.
I had no idea. I lost
So
a
like
bet.
all the new like TikTok songs that are like trending, they're like chipmunking it
Yeah.
Yep.
into like the sped up version.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, now we're going into that era where like I would love to record a video and then edit it high sped. And then I was like, oh, this would be like a fun video. But then that Fred character on YouTube, he did it for, well, he didn't do it
He
first.
just talked in a voice changer.
Fred, but he's the one who posted it on the internet, and it was hilarious the
Whatever
way he,
happened to him?
He still does some social media.
yeah, but not,
He's like a real adult now.
yeah.
I
He
hate
had some
that for
movie
him.
Diaz
Yeah.
movie,
Boo.
but
Yeah.
I don't think anything terrible happened to him like most
No,
childhood
no.
stars.
No, because he wasn't really. He was a YouTube person. He wasn't like. I don't think that he ever
Well,
like left his
Hollywood
hometown during his
was
like,
trying to get to him. I mean,
young
because
life.
he did a movie with John Cena.
He did.
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea. Wow, you guys know so much about stuff.
Hannah knows movies.
Yeah, I don't know anything about like
I
pop
love
culture.
celebrities and pop culture. Yes, I like to know it all.
Really. I only know because I randomly ran across him on TikTok that he like still does some stuff here and there.
Some, but just not as big.
Yeah,
as
it's
he
not.
was.
He doesn't do Fred stuff anymore.
No.
but, yeah.
I don't think I'd recognize him.
Yeah, you would. Looks exactly the same.
The hair, he had the hair.
The Justin Bieber hair.
2011.
Looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
So I got my
I feel like
nails
his
done
face
today.
looks the same.
And I had the guy, I went to the same place, and, you know, we had a nice conversation. We're actually kind of neighbors. And I must have looked different somehow today because he didn't really look at me, and he was, like, doing my nails. And he's like, no work today. And I'm like, no. And he's like, are you a student or something? And I'm like,
Hello.
thank you, but no. I'm not a student. He's
You
like,
don't know who I am?
Yeah, like I was like, you don't recognize me? Whatever. They probably see a million people at
Yeah,
once.
sure.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, so he said something, and I was like, yeah. Oh, do you live here, or do you live in Mason? And I was like, yeah, I just live around the corner. And then he like, oh, it's you. And I'm like, you look so different. And I'm like, the hell
Maybe
does
you
that
had your hair
mean?
down last time.
I don't know. And I was
More
like,
of your face is exposed or something. I don't
maybe
know.
I had makeup on that day and I didn't
Oh,
today. I don't know. But I was like, what what the hell does that mean?
Catfishing.
Like,
You're catfishing people.
I don't know. But I was just like, oh, okay. Like, do I look good still, or do I look terrible?
Trust that they would tell you the truth too.
I don't
feel like they're
know.
always shit talking.
Oh my God. Sometimes I just want to have that translator in my ear.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yep.
See what they're really saying. Oh my
Yeah.
God, I would hate to know what they say about my feet. I got the nastiest feet.
Me too. And you know what? The only time I ever go get pedicures is with my sister-in-law, okay? And she never tells us, or like I never know beforehand. So
you didn't
I
shave
go
your
in there,
legs?
yeah, and my leg hair is like 6 inches long. And then they're rubbing up on my legs, and my legs
they talking
just
shit?
so hairy. Probably. I don't know.
Like, do they like whisper to the other one?
There's always like
Check
some
out this
conversation
gorilla.
stuff going on and everything, you know, and whatever. And I got crusty feet too because I'm just dry.
Same. I've just
really
got
dry.
calluses and
Yep.
flakies and
My mom would
Man
definitely
feet, me too.
admire that because she's like, oh,
Hardworking
a real hard worker. And then me, I no calluses and
You
nothing.
know why
and she's
I
like,
do?
well, no
It's
wonder
because
why,
I
'cause you
don't wear
work
socks
hard.
with my shoes. That's why.
Oh,
Because I wear Vans usually, so I don't put socks on in there. They're just stinky.
not judging you.
I'm judging.
I don't really
fuck
like
that, I'm
socks. I have a
judging
very like sensory thing about socks. They really bother me a lot of the time.
So you don't like fuzzy socks?
They're okay, but it's like I don't know. Even the socks I have on today because it's cold, they have like little characters on them, and I can feel the characters, like when I walk in them and stuff.
What's
and, like,
that
just
cat's name?
Sylvester.
Jerry.
Sylvester.
Tom and Jerry?
Sylvester with
No,
the
it's
bird,
Tweety Bird.
Tweety Bird and Sylvester. Hello.
I thought it was
Close.
SpongeBob at first.
Sylvester, you guys. Jeez Louise. But yeah, I just really, and I don't like feeling like my toes are touching, and socks like push your toes together or they make your toes touch, and ugh,
Sounds like a little bit of, yeah.
a little bit of something.
Sensory.
And
Yeah, so I don't wear socks with my shoes. if
so
can
I never
help it.
knew what a massage was when I was a kid. Like, I didn't know that's what people did. And then I had this relative, they're like, look at how funny this video is. And it was that one viral video of a woman mimicking an Asian stereotype pretty badly, but laughing at that expense. And her and my cousins, they're laughing at this video because I'm sure they got pedicures, but I had no idea. I'm like, why is this funny? Mm-hmm. And then I went to I went to a salon, and it happened to be Asian, but like, I was like, oh, I understand why she made that video of that stereo,
I don't think I know what video you're talking about.
I have no idea either.
Really? Oh my God, it was everywhere in the early 2000s, like when YouTube
I was not online at that point.
Well, when YouTube was like starting to get out there.
Still wasn't online.
No, it had to be like 2009, 2010.
I wasn't online. I didn't get Facebook until like 2009, and that was like, whoa.
I said 2009.
I know, but I'm saying like that was like, whoa. That
Oh,
was like my
okay.
only thing that I did was like, oh, wow,
But
I just got a Facebook.
I never understood like stereotypes like that, like harsh ones. And then I was like, oh, I can see why this would be
I don't see
funny
why
at
it's
some-
funny.
Yeah. I didn't get why everyone was laughing because I'm like,
Just the
huh,
Vine era.
I guess. No. This was YouTube. It was a comedian, an actual like
Oh.
comedian
Oh.
making fun of. Like,
Who are your favorite YouTubers? When you were talking about that, I thought about Jenna Marbles.
Oh my gosh. I miss Jenna Marbles. I miss her. She's so funny. She's still funny.
No, Jenna Marbles.
People were obsessed with her
Christina
videos.
Grimmie. I think we've talked about Christina
Yep, we
Grimmie.
did. We did. We did.
Oh, YouTuber Shane Dawson.
Oh, yeah, but then he got like canceled and stuff.
Controversial. That might as well be a swear word.
Literally up and down. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't understand why people hated him, and then I
I
think
thought some of his content was okay.
yeah. But
But
then
I get
again,
why,
he did like early stereotype skits that weren't very.
I only know his later stuff, I guess, so I don't know.
Oh, I was there from the beginning when he did all these stereotypes, and
So you've always been into YouTubers?
Yes, she's highly online.
yes and yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would say yes, just as a
Fred, we were
third
talking
party.
about
Fred,
that already.
Oh, I did watch him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm not gonna say his username because I think it's still it, but his name was Ryan Higa. He's like a he made funny content, and I just remember me and my brothers would sit and laugh at everything.
Oh, Ray William Johnson. You ever watch him? He did.
He's on TikTok now.
Yeah.
He switched his platform, but he's a pretty good storyteller.
Yes, he is. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
I liked him. My husband really liked watching him too.
Oh, I should probably say my favorite YouTuber is the Fat Electrician.
Oh my gosh.
You want to know what I watched on YouTube growing up? Music videos and lyric videos. So I
Yeah.
could sing along to a
Gaga.
song.
Lyric videos.
That's all I watched.
Bad Romance.
Was singing along to a song.
Music video.
Oh.
I've seen it. Yeah, with the claws.
I felt like
And she's naked like all the time.
Yes, I watched that
No,
video
but I
so
felt
many
like
times, and we tried to
back
learn
then-
the dance. And
back then, like I felt like that was such like a high quality music video.
yes, 7 Things I Hate About You, Miley Cyrus.
Oh.
That video, we
boy.
tried to recreate that one. 7 Things I Hate About You on my little flip camera.
Oh,
You remember those?
No.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Is there?
There's
Do you still
proof
have that
somewhere.
somewhere?
I'm
Oh,
sure.
find it, please
oh
find
my
it.
god! If I ever find it, I'm gonna burn it. I'm gonna send it to
No.
Reagan, and then I'm gonna burn
No,
it.
you gotta send it
watch
to us.
We can have a watch party. That'd be
Yeah.
exciting. I'd really enjoy that actually.
I do have some old YouTube videos.
Do you?
I have some old YouTube
Calvin
videos.
has some old YouTube videos
Yeah,
that we
he
still
showed
watch
me.
sometimes.
He showed me.
We still watch them sometimes with his sisters.
Yeah, I mean,
exciting.
if you don't have some old YouTube videos or you didn't try, like you're
Are
lying.
you really a millennial?
I don't.
Just
Hand.
kidding.
I don't.
But you're like an old soul. You're
I
too-
just
you're too
have
cool
never-
for
I think you were
been-
just too cool.
Yeah, you're just too. Cool.
I was always too afraid of like what people would think of me to ever post anything.
Yeah, yeah, I was too. I just did it anyway.
Yeah. Oh, well, you're just with that. You're just with your group of friends, and you want to be stupid.
I mean, that's cool. Maybe
All
I
right.
didn't have enough
All right,
friends.
I'll tell you.
That's definitely likely.
All right, it's time this come to the podcast.
Oh gosh, what? Something terrible.
The music video for
You found it.
the Andre song.
You found it.
Great song.
I used to play my guitar and write. I'm sure, like, people, if you know me and you knew me from this time, you're like dying, like, oh my God, she's going to talk about the Andre song. Okay, so the Andre song, I met a guy when I was in like 8th grade, and I knew him for like 5 minutes, and his name was Andre.
You knew him for 5 minutes, literally?
Yeah,
And you
probably.
made a song about
yeah,
him?
That's
I
hot.
wrote a song about him called the Andre song.
Oh, how old were you?
I was in
Middle
8th
school.
grade.
Yeah,
And
cringy
the
area.
chorus goes, Andre, Andre, you're like a ray of sunshine shining on my worst day.
that's
Andre, Andre,
sweet.
come a little closer. Let me hear you say, let's get together today.
that sounds like
We made
Taylor
a,
Swift.
Yes.
Did Taylor Swift inspire you?
Yes. We made a music video
Oh, cute.
in my best friend's basement, and Andre was a gorilla.
Oh no.
And we literally put that on the internet for everyone to see.
Oh,
And I
no.
have it saved. It still exists. It's on private. It's privated.
So you should share it.
I will send you to the Andre song because you need to know the magnitude of embarrassment that this
You
was.
posted
And
it.
people knew me. They're like, for years, people are like, "Oh my God, you're the Andre song girl."
Oh, that's a little sad.
Yeah,
So,
I was known for.
did he
it.
know about this? Mm-hmm. He was okay with it?
No, I'm sure not. I'm sure he was mortified. His mom found it and thought it was hilarious.
Of course.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, but man, that was probably the most embarrassing thing I've ever done on the internet.
I do have one song, I guess, that was released. I sang with an ex, and he put it out there. But it was like, I was like 16 or 17, so it was fine.
It wasn't like at middle school.
No.
would've
And
been
it was like
best.
a real song. Not to say that your song wasn't real, but it was a real song that was, like, it was
Produced.
a Flyleaf song. So it was a real
Which
song.
Flyleaf song?
Um,
I love Flyleaf. I actually,
I can feel you all around me.
Yes.
Thickening the
Yes.
air I'm breathing.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was that one.
oh my gosh,
That
are
was
you a
pretty.
good singer?
That was
really
pretty.
beautiful.
That was pretty,
Thank you.
Sarah.
I'm so glad we
It
caught
was
that.
my thing
You were a
for a
singer?
long time.
Yeah, same.
Yep. Not anymore. Although I wish. I do wish.
Okay, this brings up an interesting question. So I don't know if you've heard of the book "Come as You Are."
Maybe.
You maybe have. It's a sex ed book,
Okay.
and it has literally a vagina on the cover.
Wow.
And it talks a lot about. I haven't read it, but I've understand the conception of the book. So it's talking about how people don't have a sex drive. That's kind of like a myth. You have a lot of gas pedals that would make you want to have more sex. And then you have brake pedals that would make you want to have less sex.
Sure.
And everybody has their own version of gas pedals and brake pedals and things like that. And so I was talking to my therapist about this today, about how I feel like there's a lot of brake pedals in between myself, who I am today, and my creative brain. Like, I feel like that connection is lost.
100%.
There's so many more brake
100%.
pedals to reasons as to why I cannot be creative right now, and I cannot access that part of my brain, versus gas pedals. So when I was 17 and I was playing guitar, and the only thing I had to worry about was I came home, did my homework, and went upstairs to my room and played guitar. Like, I had all this time in the world. Now I've got kids. Now I've got work. Now I've got stress. Now I've got bills. Now I've got all of these a husband. I've got family that I'm responsible for. And like, I've got all of these other things. Those are all brake pedals, versus I just had all of the gas pedals to be more creative when I was younger.
I feel that so deeply.
And then I thought about, have you guys seen the movie Inside Out?
Yes,
With all the
that's we're
emotions.
currently obsessed right now.
Yes. And so, you know how they have like the islands?
Yeah.
And I just feel like my creative brain
It's just
on an island.
just off.
depleting.
And I wanted to know how you guys feel about that.
Yep.
And,
Totally agree.
and I've been there too. I mean, kind of still going through it a little bit, but I'm trying to, push myself. For me, it was a confidence thing. Like, how do I push myself? But my husband, he's pretty great. He's like, just do it. If you fail, and try again. Because that's his thing. He fails, he tries again, and he keeps trying.
It's obviously working out well for him.
Yeah, I mean, but he, there's so many, just back pedals and in his past, that he's built up to it. So I can talk about that later, about the downside of him finding his success within our friends and family who kind of act negatively about it. But yeah, I think about it's kind of like dreams that are, we want to get there, but somehow, or it's paused a little bit, and because there's so many other worries. And then I think about it, I'm like, man, I wonder what my mom was going through too. Because I never, you don't ask your mom, like, how are you feeling? How are you, doing? So I always get sad when I'm like, oh, I bet my mother was going through the same thing, but she just did her motherly duties.
I think it was a lot less talked about
It was.
back then when our moms
But
were
you don't,
moms.
but you,
sure.
I never, my mom is just a mom. You forget that she was once a little girl with dreams and
Yeah.
A person
yes.
before she was a mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me, with music, I just got fucking burned out. In high school, that was all I did. I did Allstate and Opus and large group contest.
You got into Opus?
And and
my
Allstate.
gosh, you
And
must have been really good.
What's Opus?
it's
Opus
like
choir. It's like an all-state kind of elite choir. You have to audition to it.
so it's late elementary to late middle school. And then Allstate is high school. It's just
how they have
a
all
select number
state-
of people go to a choir and sing together.
You have to be really good.
Yeah,
I auditioned
but-
several years and never got in. So
Dang.
It's wild for sure, and I did large group, small group, duet, and multiple small groups and solo contest, and we did all of these things all the time, and I just got fucking burned out, man. And by the time I got to college, I was just so tired that when it came time to audition again for my college choir, I was just done.
yeah.
And then I don't know, life happened and the opportunity didn't arise, and I definitely wasn't inspired by it for a long time. And then I feel now, that's the only way that I can express my emotions really fully, is to sing and through music and stuff. And so I'm kind of back in that playing field, but yeah.
I totally
Deeply, I feel
relate to that too, because I did a lot of singing stuff. Well, and then for me, someone finds out you sing, and they're like, "Oh, can you sing at this event? Can you sing at this event? Can
Yeah, we
you
did a lot of weddings, me and my sister.
can you
and,
sing at this wedding? Can you sing the Star Spangled Banner? Can you do this?" And
Yep.
I was saying yes, and I was just like, yes, and I was saying yes to a lot of things that I wasn't a fan on. But now I realize, as an adult, okay, I don't have to say yes to those things. If I do this again, I can say yes to what I want.
Yep.
And I don't know. I did a lot of songwriting. I did a lot of creative writing.
Which that I think is really awesome. People can be talented and that's whatever, but there's a lot that goes into being able to write a song and like connect that
Writing
part of like
would be very hard.
your emotions to like putting them out to the world and stuff. So I think that is incredibly valuable just as a skill.
Yeah,
so that's cool.
I loved it, and I was really good at it. I could sit down with my guitar, in 10 minutes I could have a full song.
That's awesome.
And now if I did that today, it would, if I got paid to do it, I don't know if I could.
Perform it.
No, just
To
write
write
one.
it.
Oh.
And how did that part of my brain, you'd think my brain is more advanced now, that it would get better
All
at
these
it.
experiences that you're
Do you think it's like a mind emotion connection to be able to like put that out there, or do you feel like it's just like
Even if
you've
I kept
lost
it
the
for
creative
myself,
writing skill?
I think my island is dim.
That's sad.
But I think the
get it.
connection is just gone. I think there's too many brake pedals for me to get to a place where being creative at all, like even like I had the blog, you knew,
yes.
that's how you kind of heard about me. And I did a ton of creative writing. I had a blog for 3-4 years that I posted regularly.
Yeah.
And even that part of me, I read my old blog posts and I think, where is that girl?
Yeah.
Where did she go? Because how did I even have enough space in my head to have a thought like that?
And they were like pretty like filling like it was almost, you could write a book.
Yeah. She's gone.
Wild.
She's gone. She's.
Just in a lump and a...
I have a theory. It's baby number 3. I don't want to
Really?
scare you guys, but like my head fell out of my brain. Like my brain fell out of my head after I had my 3rd baby, and I keep tracing it back, and I'm like, what changed? What changed? Where did it all go? And everyone says that the transition from 2 to 3 is the worst. And it's not like Anders was a hard baby. He was a great baby. It was just a really hard time. He had meningitis when he was 2.5 weeks old. Spent a week in the hospital. I had regular doctor's appointments. I had a really bad ear infection that I had to go into the doctor every single day for in the first 3 months. My other son was hospitalized for a week after his tonsil adenoid surgery. He had a feeding tube for a month. And ever since that whole rough patch of those 3 months, the first 3 months that he was born, I just feel like a shell of myself.
Burnt out. Yeah.
It's like survival mode.
Yeah.
Like you're just surviving.
Yeah. Surviving, not thriving.
Actually, that's funny. We just went to a MOPS group last week, and there was like a whole thing about. Gosh, I wish that I had taken notes that day because
We should have.
so many
because
times
they were talking
wanted to go
about
back and
mental
research.
illness.
Yeah, kind of, and like the transition of like our different brain sets, kind of, where like we go from being able to process things appropriately versus like being in like fight or flight type of thing versus like something else, which again I wish I would have taken notes to like have the
We were
medical terms
coloring.
for these. Yeah, damn it. I was paying attention, but I wasn't paying attention hard enough to write things down. But yeah, and like it's like that same exact thing where you're just like in a whole different state of being. Sorry, there was a hair in front of my face. There was a hair floating in my vision, but you're just like in a whole different state of being that you can't even
Fathom.
Yeah, that you can't reconnect to like those parts of you that are you.
Absolutely.
I feel that with drawing too.
But
for
things
me.
are better now. So
That's good.
why aren't they better now? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know?
it's probably something that you have to just keep doing to like rebuild the spark for.
Self-care.
Yeah, maybe journaling. Do you journal?
I've been, no.
You should journal then.
could.
Try journaling. There's a new update on our iPhones that has a journal app.
I saw that and I didn't know what it was.
It's
I
a
thought
journal.
the journal app is a journal? Really?
I don't know if it's called journal. Is it called journal?
It's called journal.
Okay,
No
then
idea.
you journal. You should do that every day. You should maybe Google some prompts and just, free
I
journal.
don't think I'm a great writer,
Same.
but I have journaled
Oh yeah, you've told me about this.
quite a bit. I'm like I said, I try to sound like a really, good artsy-fartsy kind of.
I bet you're better than you think you are.
I don't know, but it's for I don't know who it's for. My kids or, I don't know, but
Just like about your day and what the kids have done. and
yeah,
I think that's really nice. I appreciate that dedication.
yeah,
That's nice. Like do you do like one line a day? Have you heard of that before?
oh,
Do you do a lot a day?
a lot because I rarely kind of catch up, and I'm like, this is what happened, this is what's happening in our life, and
Oh my
this is what you guys
gosh.
did today, and
And see, that's what I really liked about the blog because it was like kind of like a diary, kind of like a
Yeah.
journal entry. But yeah, I just have not had the spark to do that.
Well,
Sometimes
like
it's a force.
when
You
I
have to force yourself to do it.
bringing it back, self-care, like, do you have like a self-care day? Or do you have like a day where you're
I have
kind
a
of
day the kids go to
kid-free
daycare, yeah.
Yeah, kids
I
are
usually go to
free.
therapy.
therapy? Is that self-care, kind of?
It's traumatic.
Yeah, because brings up a lot of stuff.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah, I've been in weekly therapy since June.
Wow.
Oh, you
Almost a
said
year.
in the
Long
summer
time.
that it was pretty rough for you in the summer.
Yeah.
Is that when all that was happening? All your kids in the
No,
hospital?
that was last December when shit really hit the fan. Then we started a laundry room remodel. Then we started a full kitchen remodel.
I feel like
maybe
really
I
out of the
should-
loop because I don't know what you're talking about with this December situation.
So the first 3 months of Anders. So Anders was born in September, hospitalized in October.
Oh.
I had my medical issues late October, early November. And Gannon was hospitalized in December, had a feeding tube the full month until January.
Okay, I just don't know time because
Yeah.
is that 15 months ago? Okay, I don't know time then. Sorry.
Like a year ago,
My
it
bad.
was kind of wrapping up.
Gotcha.
And then the remodels. Remodels are nice, but
Yeah, it looks really nice from the photos.
Yes, but it's rough.
But it's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
doing
it's been a
garage
really
cooking.
rough 15 months.
I think
And
maybe
that's
now
how-
things will turn around then.
Yeah,
'Cause you're kind of in the clear.
I told that to my therapist today. I was like, okay, I've done the work. I've worked really hard.
Yes.
I should be happy now. Why aren't I happy now? So
Yeah.
That's nice.
that was a joke. You're supposed to laugh, not look at me with pity.
No, it's not pity because I feel the same. And
Yeah.
Calvin and I have talked about this where it's like sometimes, I don't know if I just do actually have depression, but sometimes it's just like I have so many amazing, awesome things and I should feel so fulfilled and fantastic. And I'm still just like so unhappy.
It's just like a tolerable level of discontentment.
And I'm so dissociated. I'm just like, I can't even live in this life that I'm in right now and appreciate it and be happy and in love with all the people in my life because I've just disappeared.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Could not relate more.
Yeah. It fucking sucks, bro. Sorry that
Yeah.
you're doing that, feeling that.
I know. And it's just like, I have to come back to myself. I have to come back to my body. And like, even things like, this sounds so stupid. I'm constipated all the damn time because I am so disconnected from my body. I don't feel cues. I don't feel like anything like below here. Like, I know that sounds weird. My therapist had me put a piece of gum in my mouth and she's like, chew this piece of gum. She's like, how does it feel in your teeth? I'm like, I don't know. Like,
on your
What?
teeth.
yeah. How does this feel in your teeth? How does it taste? How does it? And I just like, I was so caught in such a thought loop that I just couldn't do it. We do stuff like that all the time. I'm trying
my
to,
gosh.
I'm working on like reconnecting my mind to my body.
I feel like we should switch because I feel too much on my body all the time.
So
Like I chewed gum
that's-
earlier and I
so-
was like, dang, man, I really need to stop because I can feel it on this side, so I need to chew it on this side. Man, it's really cold in here. Ooh,
Oh
man.
my
Ooh.
gosh.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. So it's high registration. You would be a high registration.
Wow.
And I would be a low registration sensory processing
Wow.
disorder.
Wow.
That's what we would call that.
I want to go to therapy.
Do it. I've been in therapy since 2018, on and off.
My problem
Gotta
is
find a good person.
I have a hard time opening up.
Same.
They're just constantly like trying to like
Yeah.
I just
reel
told-
me in, and I just had a terrible first experience with my therapist because I just sat there. Well, one, her office was dirty,
Yeah. The dirty
Clutter.
cups. The cups.
so I'm just like, let me clean for you. But yeah, I don't know. I just have a hard time opening up about my emotions, and I don't know why.
Well-
I think I know why, but
I clearly don't have a hard time opening up because I just told our 13 podcast listeners how constipated I am.
But that to me is okay. That to me is different because I feel like the things that I hold close to me, I really, really struggle, and it's like pulling teeth trying to like get even with Calvin. Like with him, I still don't know if I've had more than one conversation with him about my dad's passing, and we've been together for like 12 years. So the things that I hold close to me that are like what I deem very emotional and like traumatizing, hard pressed to get me to talk about it. But like that kind of stuff. Like, you want me to talk about my period? You want me to talk about my crusty feet? You want me to talk about my butthole? Like, that's whatever, you know?
Open book.
Picking noses.
Right, exactly. That's whatever. But it's like, you know, the like hard stuff.
But like, do
tough.
you like hugs?
Not from most people. No. Even sometimes from Calvin, I'm like, no.
Yep.
Yeah. My kids, even sometimes for my kids, I'm like, no.
I love my kids' hugs, but
I do too, but sometimes I'm like, please don't touch me.
But I feel like me and you are kind of like the same, like emotional, maybe level.
Just very like closed off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not very connected. Maybe you have this too. I am very logical about my emotions and that I can tell you what I'm feeling and I can tell you why I'm feeling that way, but I can't
say it.
I can't show it very easily. I have a really
can't
hard
say
time
it.
crying.
I would have never guessed that you were unhappy with anything in your life.
Yeah.
Because you just seems, do you know what I mean? You just like.
I am a masker, for sure.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe you're the same.
Oh yeah. But see, I know exactly what I'm feeling, but I just somehow cannot say it.
Can't express it for sure.
Yeah. So that's where I'm like, just read my mind. Like, I can't.
But
say
you
it.
have to say something if you're gonna go to therapy.
I know that's why I'm like scared. I'm like,
Maybe you should try. I don't know if this is a thing. It's probably not. But maybe you could like sit back to back, and so you're not like looking at them. Sometimes that helps.
I mean, your therapist works for you.
Yeah.
So if you say, I'm really nervous about this and I really can't do it if you've got a cluttered office, and you can say
That's
that.
an opening message.
Absolutely.
Like, messaging them.
Because
like,
a lot of
you need to be really
people,
clean.
a lot of people screen therapists, like people who are a part of the LGBTQ plus community. Are you welcoming? Are you gender affirming? Are you going to respect my whatever? Are you going to understand this about me? Are you accepting of this? Are you going to try to convert me? You know what I mean? You know, if you're confidently and openly gay, you don't want to go to someone who's going to try to do the therapy that's going to convert you to straight. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of screening that you can do when you go to a therapist.
Maybe you just need to find the right questions to screen someone.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I've heard it's beneficial. But
I recommend it. I'll probably be in therapy my whole damn life.
it's tough.
So I was watching if you have Apple TV, there's a show called Shrinking. It's got Jason Segel in it, and he plays a therapist. And as he has a messy life in the beginning, but he's going through his wife's passing with their teen daughter. I mean, it's a little comedy relief, but then kind of sad too, you know, because they're bringing up passings and everything, but it's just it's from a therapist's point of view, like how his life is just not textbook. It's very off the rails.
Yeah.
But he's trying with each of his clients, and I'm like, interesting.
You know, there's a lot of doctor shows and there's a lot of like veterinarian shows. There's not a lot of therapist shows. So that would be really interesting to get their perspective, just because I've obviously seen a lot of therapists.
I'm curious if they consulted real therapists for this type of. I would hope they would, but you never know.
We should have a therapist on our show.
That'd be really exciting.
Yeah.
But I feel like
Would you
they're
guys
like,
ask them?
I'd be like, fix me. I don't know what's wrong with me. Just fix me.
I feel like I know a lot of stuff about why I am the way I am and stuff like that, but I have a hard time putting things into practice. And I would probably see someone specifically for like eating disorder stuff, I think.
Yeah.
And
we're working on that too.
Surrounding
You'd be in
feelings.
a lot of like my low registration, like my missing cues about my body and things like that, missing hunger cues, full cues. There's food in your mouth, stop eating. Like I can just mindlessly graze
Me too.
constantly. And just being able to shut off like from here down. Like it's just, it's disconnected. It's really weird. So it's part of why I have like body dysmorphic disorder. So I don't like recognize my body. I don't recognize parts of my body. I can take a picture and I can look at the picture and not even realize that I'm in the picture. Like it's fucky.
Weird. It's trippy.
Yeah.
Mine is, I think, rage. With my second, I feel like I had postpartum rage.
Oh, same. But I feel like that's also because Bronny was crazy.
No, my second was great.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
Cutter was great.
Not that anybody
But
else's
like,
aren't.
I don't think I was great because I was new at breastfeeding, and my boobs were full, leaky. I was tired. I was hungry. I felt like I stink. Just smelled 24/7, and just hearing like little sensory, like if my dog was drinking water out of his bowl, it just bothered me. And then just my dog just licking himself or just anything my dog did, I'm like, Mojo, shut up. Like, I don't know.
Ragey.
I didn't rage on my kids. I raged on my dog.
Oh, I feel like better, but still sad.
Well, and our old house was a little smaller, but we were at the top half, so it was like, I only got like 900 square footage, so it wasn't very big. So with 2 kids on top of a dog, I felt very cluttered.
A big dog.
Yes, he's big.
Yeah.
So I just felt claustrophobic, and I just needed space to breathe. But then we got this new house. It got better because I'm like, okay, it's better. I've got more space, but I would like not to be like so, like just going off like about the littlest thing.
I hate being irritable.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's the worst feeling in the world because you know you are, and you're like, I know that this affects other people around me,
Yeah.
and there's still
My
just
children.
nothing.
Calvin comes home from work and he's like, how dare you be upset when I've just gotten home? Like, at least be happy to see me. I'm like, I'm trying.
Yes, and it's
Dude.
like it's not you.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not trying to be an asshole. But
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
I don't know. My mind is just wired. Like I
I have
don't
a
know
short
why.
fuse.
Yeah, but I'm like getting that.
God, there's got to be something to that.
Emotional regulation. I have none. I'm trying to be better, and sometimes I do a good job, and sometimes I really do a bad job.
And see, part of emotional regulation is you got to listen to your body.
Yep.
Can't do that.
Yep,
I'm
same.
deaf.
That's part of the dissociation, I think, for me. Is
Yes.
like I'm not here, so I don't know what's all brewing in there until it's too late.
But I'm like trying to like find for my rage, like what is just making me just pop off.
Maybe you should keep a list of things that of how you're feeling, what's
Maybe just
happened.
sensory overload.
Medication helps for me. I'm on Wellbutrin now. I just am switching up some of my medications, but that's a literal symptom that you can treat if it gets bad enough that you want to look into that.
Rage. Wow.
For real. Irritability, that's one of my main concerns that I go in because I'm just like constantly like on edge. Feeling on edge is one of the GAD-7 general anxiety disorder 7
Oh
screenings.
my God, I was literally just going to say, I feel like it's because I'm so anxious all the time about everything. Ugh, you're so annoying.
Girls, I'm going to send you a GAD-7
Yeah.
an anxiety screening. Yeah, but then it's like, and then you go, well, everyone's anxious. Everyone's on edge.
I know, and then I'm like, okay, then I'll just, and then that's when I'd be like, okay, I'll
But I feel
do
like
what I
that's
do.
when the difference is then I'm over here and I'm sitting and I'm worrying about okay, I'm going over a bridge right now. Let me imagine every scenario that we get murdered in. And Hannah just goes across the bridge and it's fine. Do you have those kinds of experiences with other things? Like my kinds of experiences, but with something else? Do you feel stress like that sometimes? Like overthinking anxious feelings?
Not really.
How about if your house was a mess?
My levels would just, and sometimes I'm like, I know there needs to be laundry done. There is toys everywhere. There is dishes that need to be, and then I'm like, what do I
Maybe
make?
that's what it is then, yeah.
And then my dog just does something stupid. I'm like, get out of here. Maybe that's
One of the GAD-7 questions is,
sorry.
are you afraid that something awful might happen?
All the time.
Yes. Yes. So that's.
I guess I'm always worried about a newspaper clipping of me.
Because you're so ragey?
Well, not just anything. Her whole family was murdered, and
Oh, geez.
just
feeling afraid that something awful might happen.
yeah, I think so. And yeah, I'm like, I don't want to be a 2020
Yes.
segment.
Yeah.
She lit up a room. They always say that about the person who was murdered.
I know, and they make them sound like they were just an angel.
No one would ever talk about me like that. Ever.
Sarah lit up a room.
Her smile just made everyone smile.
She would not take a picture with her tongue in her mouth.
Yeah.
And then we just do like a montage.
All my tongue out pictures. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
2020. Oh
nice,
my
nice,
mom
nice.
watched them every Friday.
Okay, did that not contribute to some of our anxiety?
Oh, I think it did.
I think we've talked about this before.
I don't know, somewhat maybe, but I think a lot of, well, gosh, I just don't remember. I was too young.
I was
don't
too
remember
young
if I was
to understand.
normal before my dad passing to know if I was normal before that. Normal.
Quote
Or if
unquote.
I really just don't remember. I just can't. Although I did have, I was friends with this girl who, she was my best friend at the time when I was young, that age. And like, we had a falling out, but years later we kind of talked and whatever. And she was like, yeah, you were just really different after that. And I don't
After your
know.
dad?
Yeah. And I was like, oh, well, maybe everything that about me is just trauma related. I don't know.
It could be. I mean,
Yeah.
you were 11.
Yep.
Did you see a counselor when you were a kid?
No. No.
That would have been maybe nice.
Yeah, but you know,
It wasn't
Maybe.
as talked about back then.
and I don't fault my mom because she had her own shit going on, and she, like, you know, she had ended up having to get a second job to like support us and stuff, and
Yeah.
I don't fault her
Yeah.
for not making it happen.
Yeah. It's not too late either.
She probably also, like I said, I'm a masker. She probably didn't know that I was like fucked up. So, because Catherine, my sister, is like fine.
Yeah.
She doesn't have nearly as many, like, what I think are trauma-related issues because of that. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
This was supposed to be a light,
Yeah, this was supposed to be a fun
airy,
episode.
catching up,
Darn it.
chatty
was-
episode. And then
It started with your constipation talk, and then it
Yeah.
just.
my head is disconnected from my body. I'm like the headless horseman.
That's like a really
Do you guys remember
interesting
that
way
book?
to-
The
No.
Headless Horseman?
I remember the movie
The
with Johnny
pumpkin head?
Depp.
I know what it from Scooby-Doo.
Johnny Depp.
Scooby-Doo.
Sleepy Hollow.
Scooby-Doo.
God, that was so
No,
spooky.
Scooby-Doo.
What?
Say Scooby-Doo one more
It was
time.
in the Scooby-Doo episode. Did
Was
nobody? Yeah.
Ichabod Crane.
I've heard that name. Who's that?
That's the.
That's the Sleepy Hollow.
Oh, I don't know if I've ever seen that.
okay.
Pumpkin on his head.
You gotta watch the Johnny Depp one.
It's spooky.
If
It
it's,
is
I don't really like
spooky.
old movies.
It's not really that.
I get
It's not
distracted
bad. It's
by
not
like the
product-
differences between now time
Okay,
and old
so
time.
who is that main director that Johnny Depp would work with?
Don't know. The one that did
You're the movie girl.
something Helen Carter.
Yes, Tim Burton. So I always notice that his movies, his blood, all look the same. Like it looked kind of comical. Blood.
Orange. Like when he
Yeah.
did Sweeney Todd.
Yeah.
I
I'm
did
like-
watch Sweeney Todd.
I was like, why does your blood look kind of comedy? Like it just, I don't know. Not like James.
Sometimes
Cameron
I feel
blood.
like it's supposed to be
comical, kind of.
not comical, but like it takes the
Satire?
Yeah,
Theater.
It takes the seriousness out of like
Yeah, it's
something
like
that's
theater blood. I
like
don't-
so deep.
But as a kid, I'm like, that needs to look real or something.
Oh my gosh,
I don't know.
crazy psychopath over here.
A movie critic as a kid, too.
Yeah,
I,
that's true.
I always wanted to be one, but then I'm like,
You still could open a review channel.
maybe.
Your YouTube dreams.
How is your
could
book
come
talk
true.
coming?
Girl, I want to, girl.
Good. We're posting a lot. Catherine's been posting a lot this week because my sister, she's been home snow days and stuff. She's a
Oh,
teacher
sure.
with her kids.
Sure.
So she's been reading a lot. I have
need to
not
do
been
a
reading a lot because
video.
I've had things to do. But I'm working on like 3 books simultaneously right now.
Oh my gosh.
gosh.
How do you
Yeah.
do that?
Well,
I am
was
working
reading
on 0
one-
books simultaneously. at
That's
the moment.
okay. I was reading one and then I kind of got bored with it and I was like, I don't know if I want to keep
That's what
reading
I'm
this.
scared
And then
of.
I was reading, kind of started one and I was like, oh wait, but this book came that I ordered in the mail. But then I was like, I should take a break from that because I've been reading a lot of her stuff lately. So I went back to this other. So yeah, I've got 3 books going right now, but it's all right.
Speaking of TikTok,
Make it work.
I posted our first TikTok video
Woohoo!
about the eggs dripping down the wall.
These ladies are so much better at social media than I am.
Eggs dripping down the wall.
Your titties.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you were
Not yours, but
Yes.
all
that
of ours.
elementary rhyme.
No.
There's an egg on your head. Feel the yolk dripping down.
Oh, ick.
Yeah.
Is that like a
Sounds
tickle thing,
awful.
isn't it? That's like a tickle thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
They do
yeah,
like all
yeah,
these like there's an eagle on your shoulder, feel the claws digging in.
Why would anyone want to feel that?
It's just I don't know. That's what we did in elementary.
Ugh, that would feel terrible. I literally just got goosebumps and shivers from imagining someone touching me that way.
You're sensory.
Feels.
Person.
Ugh, look at my arm hair.
Oh
It's
man.
Oh.
yeah. Ugh.
What little-
Ugh. I keep thinking about it. Change the subject.
And with that,
Sorry. Oh, that just.
So we can close out by what's your favorite song that you've been recently listening to?
ooh, that's a good question. Billie Eilish, What Was I Made For?
Oh, are you one of those people that's upset that Ken Enough won at the Emmys?
Who else
or
was up for
Grammys?
nomination? It wasn't the Grammys. It
I
was
have no idea.
Emmys, I think.
I have no idea. what
She
else was
won
up.
one, and
Okay.
then I think it was Golden Globes?
Oh, Golden Globes. I think it was Golden Globes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yes, I just feel like that song and that film was just absolutely made
Barbie?
for that film.
I never watched
Yeah.
the whole thing of that video
Oh, what video?
or heard that whole song. I don't think.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah, I need to listen to it as well.
I feel
a
that it was
good
sad, and I
song.
was like, can't feel that right now.
Oh, if you relate to anything that I talked, my life could be summed up
By that song.
by that song right now.
So you're saying it should have won?
I had the same reaction as Ryan Gosling, like
He was in that category with.
Ken Enough won,
for Ken Enough.
I saw that he.
or
that-
Knuff or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know who else.
Ken.
I didn't know who else was in that category.
I can't
too.
remember. It was all stuff that I hadn't heard before, besides that Billie Eilish
See, I
song.
might have known, but
Yeah,
I'm a
there were some good songs in
geek.
that
Was there?
category, and
the bear one. Abbott
Oh my gosh.
Elementary.
Speaking of the bear, I'm sorry. I have to get this off my chest. I saw a TikTok. What's his name from the bear?
Jeremy Allen White.
Yep, him. I don't like him anymore
Why? What'd
because he got
do?
divorced from his wife, and the things that she's posted about, okay, not about him, because she speaks so highly of him, so loving, so kind, so just, clearly she was deeply in love with him, right? And he just seems like the shittiest human being. Like, I went back on her Instagram and I looked up like the last 2 anniversary posts that she made for him and the last 2 like birthday posts that she made for him. He didn't even like those things. He didn't even like them.
Well, Nick never likes any of my stuff.
Nick isn't online. This bitch is online.
Nick is very much online.
No, but he's not like on Instagram doing Instagram things.
Yes, he is.
Yes,
No,
for
he's
sure.
not.
That's
Yeah.
his
Is he?
job.
Okay, but that's different.
See, I heard a different story that it was.
That's
kind of
his
the opposite.
personal Instagram. That's Nick. That's not Nick's personal Instagram. That's his personality, his TV personality. That's not his personal. That's just different to me. I don't like
I don't
him
know.
anymore.
I heard
it's said and done.
Speaking of like the marriage thing,
Okay.
Ariana Grande, she has that song, and
Yes,
her-
and-
Yes, and
yes, and so basically dismissing like I don't care if I'm
Yep.
with this guy, and so.
She doesn't care if she's
So what is the
perceived
song?
as a homewrecker.
What is your song?
Oh,
Oh, I've
Sorry,
been
got off
obsessed
track.
with "Light of My Love" by Greta Van Fleet.
I'm gonna have to listen to it.
Love it, and he's beautiful. He's a beautiful
oh,
person.
it's a man.
Yes, and Nick was like, "This is a man singing," and I'm like, "If you sang like this, my God!" But no,
Then
it's-
she would do unspeakable things.
I don't know. But yes, I've been obsessed with that band recently, and "Light of My Love" is just one of my favorites. I could just play it over and over and over again.
I love that.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know
have to.
why.
Okay, so we're gonna send our songs to our group chat, and then I'm gonna send you anxiety screenings. To your
Mine
group
is
chat.
There you go.
Heartbreak Anniversary by Giveon. I think that's his name. It's kind of a soul-y, kind of R&B, kind of the, I don't know, but it just hits.
I'm gonna have to.
I literally-
listen.
okay,
I've got a
spent-
long
We
drive
should have a
home.
2
Spotify
days.
playlist,
I don't really use Spotify, but I
or
could.
just send our playlist.
I literally spent 2 days listening to only this song, and now I know all the words.
Nice.
Just on my 2 hours that I spend in the car every day.
You spend 2 hours in the car every day?
Yeah, driving my kids to and from school.
Oh.
Because we live in a separate, like our town over from their school.
But I drive my kids too because I don't want them on the bus.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
I get nervous, and
Yes.
then unfortunately, I think I passed my stress on because Gus is like, "Oh, I don't know if I could do it." I'm like, "Okay,
Okay. Okay.
whatever works for you."
Love it.
So
And on that, this has been Hannah.
And
Hannah.
Calissa.
That just sounded so like dark. Hannah. I'm just gonna say.
has been Hannah.
Yeah, literally.
All right, let's give it another go.
This has been Hannah.
And Calissa.
And Sarah.
Bye.